Hi, it's Donna from Simple Online Solutions, and I have with me today Cathie Brown. Cathie's been on a really interesting journey both personally and in her business career, and she's recently set up the page called How to Build Fan Pages Fast with Cathie Brown. And she's doing some pretty unique things over there. So I've asked Cathie to come along today and have a chat to us. And hopefully we're going to be able to extract out from her exactly what she's been doing on her fan page. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you to this call today, Cathie. How are you?
I'm brilliant. Thanks, Donna. Thanks for asking. And I want to know how you are.
Well, I'm doing well. It's a Monday morning here, but it's for you really, really late at night over there in England, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's 1:15 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
I'm flagging a little bit.
Oh, look, I'm sure we'll be able to keep you alive for the next 15, 20 minutes.
You will. Sometimes I don't go to bed till 3 in the morning, so this is early.
And is that going to bed late because you are nearly addicted to social media?
Probably, yes. Probably, yeah. I'm sure it is. Yeah, my husband says, if I come away from the computer for about 10 minutes, he says, I do get withdrawal symptoms.
Do you have a mobile phone that's a smartphone that you can take places with you and check in on the way?
I do indeed. And first thing in the morning when I'm just coming around, it's switched on.
Well, it's good to know that there's other people like myself out there in the big wide world.
Yeah, definitely. We're sad, aren't we?
Oh, don't tell people that.
I'm joking. I love it.
So, Cathie, would you like to share a little bit about yourself with our listeners today?
Okay, well, just a little bit about myself, my background. I sort of started about 16 years ago trying to do all sorts of different things on the internet, and I dabbled here and dabbled there. And I just wanted to do something online. I was just literally going on the computer and just dabbling, doing different things because I knew I wanted to really work for myself. So anyway, going back a couple of years ago, I sort of tried a bit of affiliate marketing, didn't do anything, was just learning basically, anything and everything that I possibly could. I set up a few websites and I did a little bit of blogging. And it sort of came into a bit of a fruition. I did a lot of network marketing. That was sort of my main thing. I was, for the last 16, 17 years, I've been in two major network marketing companies. And literally what happened was I found out in the one, and I'm still with this company, but I found out that about 80% of the people were actually coming on board, and they were coming on board via Facebook. And I thought, gosh, this is, bit incredible, really. So I sort of started looking into Facebook a little bit more and started building up my friends, and didn't really know much about fan pages at all. But I sort of came across fan pages, the word fan page, and I thought, this is quite interesting. Maybe I should really be promoting sort of my business online via a fan page. Anyway, back last year, in fact, a year ago, the end of last month, I was assessed with breast cancer. And, it was sort of pretty horrific at the beginning. However, I really sort of felt that it was a gift, because what it did, it actually made me realize I've got to make decisions in my life. I really got to want to know what I want to do with my life. So it sort of made me stop and think. I think it's true when they say you get a bit of a wake-up call from it. And I know you've sort of had something very, very similar yourself. We sort of gone down this very similar path, Donna, so I know you understand where I'm coming from here. And it just made me stop and think, what is it I want to do? So basically, that's really how I sort of got into the fan pages. I really wanted to help the team, as it were, to sort of find out how they could get the best use of fan pages and Facebook following my learning. But what happened then, I was sort of introduced to a lady called Jo Barnes, and I went on a weekend course, and it was incredible. It was a real big turning point. And I sort of became so obsessed with fan pages that hence this is where I am today. This is what I'm doing now.
So Jo had a 2-day course in London, is that correct?
Well, it was actually a 2-day course, and then the third day was a VIP day, which I also went on. And that was fantastic, because it was just literally 20 people who stayed on for that extra day. And we had really expert sort of tuition. But more importantly, we sort of got to really bond with those people and learn a lot more than I would have probably done had I not been on the VIP day. So Yeah, it was superb, absolutely fantastic.
Excellent. So after you've gone through that journey that your 2-day or 3-day weekend, then what techniques did you start to implement to grow your fan base on your page?
Well, I think there's a number of things, but the main thing that I've been doing is obviously, like everybody else, learning, and just keep learning it from different people and different techniques. And the one thing that I really realized when I was on a webinar actually the other day, and I heard a really prominent person saying a few different things, and I thought, well, I'm actually doing those things, naturally, I think. So I'm obviously on the right track, and I'll just mention a couple of those. And that's the one thing is to always answer people when they're actually, sending you a message, to respond to them. So I always respond to people as soon as I possibly can. I never ever let somebody make a comment that I don't respond to within 24 hours, and it's usually a lot less than that. And I do what Chris Farrell does, and I spend, about 50% of my time on my own page, and then about 50% of my time going onto the news feed and looking at other people and commenting. So I think I've sort of done a bit of a strategy now. I'm working on a bit of a strategy whereby I'm looking at the right sort of people to follow, people like Keith Everett and Rosh Khan, because I really think that they're people I can absolutely learn from. So I suppose it's a case of, really deciding on what it is you absolutely want, getting your strategy together, and then deciding, where you want to learn certain things and who you want to learn them from, and rather than going all over the shop, which is what I was probably doing when I first came on with a fan page.
So Cathie, tell me this, how much time would you spend each day on your Facebook page?
I probably spend far too much. I am on the computer quite a lot. I've got a guest house which I run, but as soon as I've done my guest house duties, which are usually in the morning, I'm on Facebook. And then even though I leave it on nearly all day, I'm not on it all day, simply because I might be going off doing something else. But I probably spend at least, it's probably a full-time job, and I probably spend 5 hours, if not more, on Facebook.
Wow, you are addicted to Facebook. So Cathie, one thing that I'm going to bring you around and have a chat about, because you're actually being very humble here and not really said very much, but I know for a fact that you have been using your talents in terms of your network marketing that you did. You are a very good networker in your own right, and that's obviously why you have a very successful guest house in your offline business. And you have put all those techniques together, and you've been setting up now something very fun and very new on Facebook. Would you like to share with us what you've been doing and how it come about, and just a little bit more about it?
I'd love to, Donna. It's something I'm really excited about, because it's right up my street. It's something that I can really get my teeth into. I remember reading something a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember who it was, but I read this sort of post, and it was a report, and the person who'd written it had said something about, make sure your fan pages are fun, make sure it's like a party, and how you would treat people at your party, you would treat people on your fan page. And it sort of put a little seed into my mind, I think. And then one thing led to another, and I thought, well, what can I do that's sort of different on my page that will attract people to come to my page to like it? But more importantly, what can I do that's going to be a win-win situation that can help lots of other people as well? And, with lots and lots of things that happen in your life, I call them cosmic faxes. And I sort of woke up and had this bit of a cosmic fax of, come on, Cath, you've done networking offline, so surely you could use the same principle to sort of have online, networking events. And so literally I thought, right, well, let's have a bit of a fan page networking party, whereby I could invite people to come along to my page, and literally like a virtual party, as it were. And I'll tell you one other thing that the seed sort of dropped. When I go on to Joe Barnes's Hour of Power Facebook, I noticed loads of people were coming on there, and that the feed, that the thread was getting longer and longer, and there was all these different comments. And I thought, well, you could have a networking event on a similar type of basis. So that's sort of how it all came to be. So then I sort of put together in practice as to how to invite people and what to do. So I you have to do quite a bit of preparation with this, as you do with anything. Even if it was a seminar, you have to put that preparation in. And so I sort of told a few people who I knew, about it, and they seemed to be quite excited about the whole principle of it. And so, we invited people, we got them together on a Thursday night at 7:00. Did our first one. In fact, our second one was last Thursday. We did the first one on the 23rd of June, and we had the most amazing fun. We had a joke time, and we had, people were pretending that they were, having virtual glasses of wine, and let's share them out. And everybody was hysterical. But the funniest part was, and I've learned a few lessons from this, was that I thought it was all going to be on one thread. But what happened was people kept coming into my page and saying, oh, hi, where am I? And blah, blah, blah. Where are you all to? And where am I supposed to be? And I just made a joke. Oh, we're in room 1. And then, I couldn't find the original thread. So I said, where's room 1? I've lost it. And of course, this started a bit of pandemonium. What room am I supposed to be? And I said, and it sort of stemmed from there. Anyway, I changed that slightly with the second week, and called them room numbers, as it were. But anyway, I won't go into all of that. That's sort of by the by, but it's going to change slightly again this week. But the whole process of it is that you have exactly the same as you would as an offline networking event for small businesses or SMEs, etc. But you bring them, online, and I think the exciting part was a lady called Meg, who was one of my fans. She tagged me in a message that she'd put out, and she'd written a blog and said, that her fans had increased by 30 since the page. And, she was just incredibly excited, and she'd written an absolutely brilliant blog all about this party, which I thought was fantastic. But what was important was I hadn't really sort of got into grips with the Facebook insights. And when I sort of started looking at the actual numbers that had gone onto my insights, I was just blown away. I mean, it was something like 10,000 people had actually, unique, I can't remember even the name of it now. Yeah, the newsfeed impressions. Yes, there was over 10,000 newsfeed impressions on there, and something like just under 800 likes and comments, which was absolutely mind-boggling for me. So, so it's very good fun. I think it got lots and lots of feedback. Everybody was really impressed with it. And I just thought, well, this is just something I've got to do. And I just really want to do it because it's something I love doing. I love networking.
So, Cathie, just to interrupt there for a second, for the people that are listening to this, what Cathie's actually telling you there, besides the fact that this is a very unique marketing method, and we're going to ask her a bit more about it in a second. But when you're getting these impressions and when you're actually getting likes and comments, it's actually telling Facebook that what you've got happening on your page is something they should be looking at, and it distributes your information then back through to the people that have liked your page. So it's just a great way of actually catapulting your Facebook page in terms of what's being seen by people that like it.
I would say absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I noticed when you look at the Facebook insights is that on the last 2 Thursdays, the line has just shot up. And I think it was something like 531 likes on the first week, which is incredible, and on the one thread, for instance, there was like 150 odd comments on this one thread. So that obviously had something to do with all these insights. And as I said, I've just started getting into this, key performance indicators and testing and measuring. So for me to be able to go in there, and I thought this was just quite normal, but I've compared it and had a look at different people's, and it's obviously it's something a little bit different, and so it's obviously working. There's something about this that's working, and I've got a few other ideas that I want to sort of put together, but I'm hoping to be sharing with lots and lots of things with people over the next couple of weeks, because I really would like to help teach people exactly how to do this themselves, because it's something that anybody could do, but there is a process exactly the same as anything else you do. There's a process of how to do this, and I'd love to be able to teach people how to do this.
So you are putting a product together, is that correct, Cathie?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I think it's best.
I'm going to be first in line to buy it, because I'm thinking I need to have one of these parties, and I could either make the party I've set myself a goal to increase my fan page for August. And then again, it is my birthday in August. So should we have a party for my likers, or should we have a party to celebrate me becoming 21 again?
I think we ought to have a party to becoming 21 again. Put it on your Facebook, get everybody there, and we'll increase your likes by masses.
So, Cathie, just one question before we go here. What's one tip that you'd like to share with the listeners?
Well, I would just say the main thing is you've got to really enjoy what you're doing. But at the end of the day, you know, the end process, what are we all doing this for? We all want to build a business. Everybody at the end of the day wants to create additional customers and, you know, clients and raving fans. And so, you know, the whole process of this is to have great fun, you know, and enjoy what you're doing. But, you know, the main thing is keep your end goal in sight. What is it? What's the reason you're doing this for?
Absolutely. So for the people that are listening to this call, it is at 7 p.m. Thursday. Is that Greenwich Mean Time, i.e. London time?
It is indeed. It's Greenwich Mean Time, you know, UK time. Yep, definitely.
Great. And for any Aussies that's listening, I think we have to get out of bed at 4:30 a.m. on Friday to be able to attend this party. So I will not be drinking champers, but I will be there with my cup of tea in the morning. If you can give me some bickies, would be lovely.
You'll get plenty of bickies, and we also have a little bit of a break time with some great jokes being told by people.
Excellent. Well, Cathie, I thank you so much for coming along and sharing with us today. And I'm so sorry it's so late in the night for you. I appreciate that you met with my timing here so I could have a sleep in on a Monday morning. Please pop on over to Cathie's page. It's called How to Build Fan Pages Fast with Cathie Brown. And once again, I thank you for coming along.
Thank you very, very much, Donna, for inviting me. Really, really loved it. Thank you very much.
You are more than welcome. This is Donna from Simple Online Solutions. I look forward to seeing you all soon in Facebook.